Movie analysis on Precious by Jessica Mendoza, Bersalet Gonzalez, and Saide Ortiz.
The main character, which is Precious, a girl who is trying to get her education while not knowing at all how to read or write and not having any support to help her to improve her situation. The only person who believes on her and helps her is her teacher. A teacher is the only person who not only helps her to improve her academic life but also her personal life. The setting found in the movie can be considered as sad situations on which Precious is suffering of not only physical but also mental abuse. The current education practice has a similar relationship between educational history and laws. The educational requirements for current education for all students requires of all the laws and it includes all the court cases that fight for the right of education. For example, Brown vs. Board of Education, a teacher does not only have the responsibility to work for the academics for their students, but also to help them to improve their personal life problems. A good teacher do not only receives extrinsic rewards but also intrinsic rewards. For example, Precious teacher is not only helping her achieve feeling happiness, that she is making Precious not only improve her education, but she is learning how to stay strong and not to give up in life. In addition, the laws that help the education system to help the students have the education they need and they reserves, it do not matters if they are immigrants or based on their racial, they can be denied an education, as Peter Bezos states.
Moreover, the educational policy included school choice and graduation requirements. This is where Precious would struggle, considering her pregnancy by her father, who had raped her, and constant physical abuse by her mother. She had no support whatsoever. They put her in a school that was definitely not her choice. However, according to her previous school, it was the best choice for her. This way, she could be able to get the extra help and be able to graduate. Unfortunately, Precious' previous school could not give her the proper education. In fact, her teacher had no weightiness over the class. The class seemed to have more control than he did. You see, you can't do that in the real world. You must take initiative over the class and show them that you are the one in charge, not them. As long as you have discipline and patience, the school year shouldn't be so bad. In addition, the code of ethics reflects off the teacher's part. You see, Precious' new teacher did strive for her students to learn. Sure, she might have pushed some of them to the extreme, but only because she knew they are capable of accomplishing anything they put their minds to. In like manner, following your moral instincts may benefit your students. A teacher that does not care will not consider her code of ethics in her work. She or he will put it aside, and this is quite the opposite of what makes a teacher great. Keep in mind that ethics has a lot to do with your morals. You feel what would be best for the child based off of your beliefs. Of course, in order to be an outstanding teacher, just like in the movie or Dr. Pennington, applying ethics within the students makes a big difference to their learning.
In the film Precious, the teacher Miss Rain seems to have a good relationship with her school and the students. Her small group of students mainly consisted of troubled adolescents that for various reasons could not attend public schools or had even dropped out. Because of this, they were required to attend the alternative school. Many of these were also the type of students that many had given up on as well. However, Miss Rain truly believed in her students. When she first introduced herself to the students, she stated, "I'm here because I love to teach." It seemed like she genuinely wanted them all to learn and to strive forward. She had also pushed them when they seemed to struggle. For instance, although the main character, Clarice, struggled to read even the most basic words, the teacher never lost patience with her and only pushed her even harder. It truly seemed like she genuinely cared for her students. She had not only cared for the students as students themselves, but as actual people. When Clarice was left homeless, Miss Rain even took her in her own home. Because of the teacher's ethics, she could not leave her students to struggle on their own. Overall, the teacher had a good relationship with the school and the students. She had a good impact on the students' lives as well, inspiring several of them not to give up and to keep taking steps forward to their own dreams. However, despite the wonderful teacher Clarice had, there were still some educational issues presented in the film. These issues had impacted the teaching and learning. When the main character, Clarice, talked about her previous experiences at her past public school, it did not sound well. When Clarice had taken the entrance exams to get into the alternative school, it turns out that she was barely able to read at a second grade level, despite the fact that she was already in junior high. This should not have been happening. She should have been to easily have read the simple sentences she was presented in the test. Apart from the negative influences she had at home, she also struggled due to the teachers she had. She was not really pushed, and it seems like she was just passed on to the next grade level, even though she should not have been. There could be various reasons as to why this had happened. This was either because some of the teachers had given up and did not want to do the paperwork, or even because of the inadequate teaching. Although the film had taken place in 1987, it still seems like this educational issue still persists in today's society. Unfortunately, there are still educators that do not care, and some students can be passed on to the next grade level even though they shouldn't have been.
Furthermore, I believe that people would have more positive attitudes about people in the same situation after viewing this film. This is due to the inspiring story on how everyone goes through rough paths. Surely, some are harder than others, but they don't give up just like that. They find ways to succeed in order to accomplish their goals. Unfortunately, I do not think that the students have the opportunity to make the choices regarding important life decisions. This is due to the limited resources that they were offered, including their personal life situations. As previously stated, these problems are still being dealt with today. The best we can do as teachers is be there for our students, be patient, and also be understanding.